Account management.
Hey,
Hello, how are we today?
good man. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate that. Jason had some family stuff that he had to do, so it'll be nice to have somebody else in here to help kind of bounce some ideas back and forth on. So please just leave your microphone unmuted for the entire time.
I don't even know how to mute it, buddy. I'm not computer savvy.
Okay, well, good. All right.
I figured how to get here, so I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people, 8 or 9 people in here so far.
Welcome home.
Yeah, welcome home. Exactly. So, yeah, I've just got some basic presentation stuff put together. And what I'm kind of trying to do with this is we started out last month with just providing some random business tips. Like savings accounts, how much you should be putting away for a rainy day, how to manage different bank accounts. I use kind of a multiple account system where like reserve pond accounts. So I don't keep a super high balance in my main checking account. And that all actually came to really pay off because PayPal, when I tried to pay their loan off early for $600, charged me like $60,000. And
What?
yeah, really, really messed things up. And it went through the bank. I straight up had no money for like 3 days. So
that was resolved. That
was resolved. It was resolved. It was eventually resolved, yes, but still,
yeah, I mean that sounds
small
crazy.
business, $60,000 is just a little chunk of change.
It was clearly a mistake. But I mean, I would take a different approach. I would say, it's good to talk to an accountant before you do anything.
That's right. And that's a lot of what we're going to cover today is before you do anything, the first thing you should do is talk to a CPA.
Yeah, that's a disclaimer, every state's different, every community is different, and everyone's situation is different. I don't have kids. You have children, but they're a lot younger than mine. So everyone's situation is different, and everyone really, it's worth the amount of money they're going to charge you. A meeting with a CPA is $150, $200 for an hour.
Oh, it's what it'll save you. We talked about that in last class too, that it'll save you money. It'll save you money. It really will.
A lot of guys don't know, but I'm in the process of selling the company because I want to retire. And the guy that wanted to buy it said, "No, I don't need to see an attorney." And I'm like, "Okay, good luck to you, man. Here's my paperwork."
Oh no. That sounds like a horrible idea.
Well, it sounds like never came. What's going on? Start your business. So it was a horrible thing for him because, we did a due diligence and the guy didn't have 50 cents to rub together. So, it's good for me, but you don't want to have the rest of your life screwed up because you don't want to spend it cost me $2,000 to have the attorney write it up. And
no, it didn't cost you anything. It saved you tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's the way I put it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I didn't go through, but I could use the same contract for the next guy. It was kind of funny. My wife's like, "No, the guy's a nut, man." She don't use foul language, but I know what she was thinking.
Oh yeah.
So
well, what we're going to do here is this is going to be recorded and we're live streaming right now. So this will be available for We'll post this in the group that we've created for this particular page, so that people can watch it later if they weren't able to view it this time. They can watch it at their convenience. This is kind of the beauty of technology. And if we got anything out of COVID, I always look at the glass half full and try and find the gift in everything. If anything else, COVID gave us some really cool tools to be able to spread information and connect a whole lot better from home.
Yeah.
So that's
Messenger
what we've
video.
got going here. If you guys could make sure your microphones are muted, except for Mark,
So-
is that you
What?
ringing?
What does it say? Why are we going messenger video? That's
Huh?
disconnected, right?
What did you do?
Someone's calling me on Messenger. Jacob. It should be on Zoom.
Yeah, they should be on Zoom. I killed it. There. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Looks like we got about 14 people now. Again, just to let everybody know, if you do decide to chime in and talk or whatever, this will be recorded. So just know that. Mark, can you turn your camera on, or do you want to? If you want
Is it
to,
on?
feel
It's not
free
on?
to. No, I can't see you. So if you hover your mouse around the top or the bottom, there should be a little tab, a little bar that comes up, a little
Got it.
black bar that says
Video.
mute and video. There you are.
Hey, guys,
Hey,
in the backyard.
yeah, that's great. So
Sorry about
funny random stuff. We actually had a bear come in our garage today, and now it's in a tree outside my house, and Division of Wildlife is actually going to have to tranquilize it and pull it out of the tree because it tried to climb on my neighbor's roof.
Get a little cat out there. Throw it out there. See what happens.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. And what happened last meeting is it seemed to me like there's a lot of people out there that don't even have the beginning building blocks to start building their foundation to build their business on. So today's class, what I want to do with this group and what I want to do with this class is I want to start from the beginning, scratch, day one. My goodness, I've just decided I don't want to work for somebody and make them money anymore. I want to go into business for myself now. Okay. And that's what we're going to do here. So it might be a little bit basic for some people. However, I personally feel with my mission and what I'm trying to set up with this community coach workshop program is we need to start at the beginning, and then we can start building off of that as we go.
Excuse me 1 minute, guys. One
Go ahead.
minute.
So Mark's going to be helping us today. Jason had a family emergency, so he was not able to attend. So I'm just going to go ahead and run this thing. And Mark is going to be our other business expert. He's actually provided a lot of business experience and videos on Locksmith Nation as well. So he's a great person to have here, and I'll introduce him a little more when he gets back. Okay. The Start Your Business Challenge. Building a business is definitely going to be a journey. So I'm going to be your journey guide on this business, myself, Wayne Winton. And it's a long, hard journey. Okay. I don't want to put any misconception out there that this is going to be easy. All right. People make it look easy. All the books that you're going to read are going to make it sound easy, but it's not as easy as it sounds. And now that Mark is back with us, I'll go ahead and introduce him. Mark, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you've done with your business over the last however long you've been in business and everything else.
My name is Mark Silver. I'm out of Palmdale, California. I know California. Been in the industry since 1979. As a locksmith. Hold on, that's my little buddy. Hey. Years ago, I was a locksmith, had a pretty serious health issue back in 86, 85. Hey, enough. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I'm also a bachelor at the moment. My wife's on vacation for several months, so I got to take care of him. Had a pretty severe accident back in 85, 86, and I couldn't work for about a year. And a friend of mine suggested I come work for them, which was
Shut the dog up, or I'm taking my syringe with me.
What's that? I didn't hear you. Oh, come here.
Yeah, we're not going to be rude during this
He's in the
meeting
house
either.
He's in the house. Had a very serious accident and couldn't work. And a friend of mine, some of you guys might know him. His name is Norman Stamp out of Ilko Unican out of Canada. Asked me to join their team as a sales rep. So I learned how to be a sales rep and went to work for another company called Simplex, which Ilko Unican bought Simplex. And I was a sales rep for many years for the OEM industry. In OEM, does everyone know what OEM is?
Original manufactured parts.
Correct. So if you're making a widget and you need a Simplex lock on that, I was the guy that they would call. Long story short, like everyone else, I thought I could do this better. And I left and I started my own company. So we still manufacture cam and specialty locks, and we still have a good working relationship with Capital, which used to be Ilko Unican. So yeah, we manufacture about I can't even tell you, maybe 400, 500,000 locks a year, which is not a big number for lock manufacturing, but we're kind of what they call boutique manufacturing. So the bottom line is I know a lot about locksmithing. I know a lot about how to market. And I think that's one of the reasons why Wayne said, hey, why don't you join us? And we could talk about marketing and business ideas, because I've been there and I've made all the mistakes you could possibly make. But I persevered, I kept on moving. So, and that's where we are today. We're not filthy rich, but we're very comfortable.
Good. Well, that's good. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank
But
you.
you didn't know that either.
Today. Huh?
I bet you didn't know that either.
I didn't know your whole story either. I've seen your posts and everything that you've said. I agree with, and it makes a lot of sense. And I thought you could be an asset today since Jason couldn't join us. So
we appreciate it.
Yeah, really happy that you're here. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Like I was saying, building a business, if you think you're going to start a business to have more free time and expendable income, those are the rewards after a decade or so of building your business. It's not going to happen overnight. Building a business to have more free time is like saying I'm going to have a child to have more free time. It does not equal more free time. It's going to equal you working your weekends, late nights. It's going to cry. It's going to need you. It's going to, when it calls, you're going to have to answer it or it will disappear and it will die. So just kind of keep that in mind as you decide to do it. I'm not trying to scare anybody off from doing it. I'm extremely happy that I've done it and I wouldn't have it any other way. I would practically consider myself unhirable at this point in time, just because I like to run my business. I like to run it the way that I want to run it. And I know my standards are going to be higher than almost anybody else's out there. So with that in mind, if you feel it's time to start your business, go ahead and do it. But I can tell you it's going to be one of the most challenging things you will ever do in your entire life. It really, really is comparable to having a child. That's the closest thing I can compare it to. And after raising two of them,
it's rewarding, Wayne.
It is rewarding. It's rewarding. Do you have kids?
Oh, myself? Oh yeah. My kids are your age.
There you go. Yeah, my oldest is about to turn 18 in January. So we've almost got one off to college, and then we've got one more to help along the way. So moving along. I want to thank you for investing your time. I want to start off by saying thank you for allowing me to have some of your valuable time to offer advice, information, and inspiration to start your new business and or add some ideas to your existing business. I know how valuable everyone's time is, so thank you for allowing me to serve you in this fashion. Seminar mission statement. The first thing that you need to do is you need to start putting together a business plan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm putting together my business plan for this community coaching workshop program as I do it, because I've seen and read so many books. This is all I do all day long is I listen to personal development books. I listen to business strategy books, marketing, social media marketing, funnel programs, everything you can possibly imagine that has to do with increasing business and increasing your profit line and bottom line. I'm listening to that every day. And the one thing that I've never heard is somebody actually document the process from when they're not making it all the way till when they're making it. Now, I do currently own a business, Tri-County Locksmith Service, and it's a good business. We're set to probably, hopefully bring in about $750,000 this year if everything goes according to plan. My goal was $1 million, but we're going to be a little bit shy of that this year, but that's okay. So I want to show people, because I'm not going to make it there, I'm going to start this business because it's my other passion. And with that, I want to build $1 million business out of that one as well. Hopefully in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll have $2 million businesses if everything goes according to plan, but who knows? We'll see. Let's see. So what I want to do, what my mission statement is I want to provide 100% free how-to guide to both challenge and inspire entrepreneurs to follow through with their dreams and show them where to start. I want to share experience that I have through doing it myself to help others reach their dreams. We want to establish guidelines and examples on what it takes to both start and manage a business. And even if you already own a business, this seminar can offer ideas to consider when you're moving forward. Maybe you need to back up a couple steps, restructure a few things, and then move forward in that direction. If maybe you might be getting off track just a little bit. So either way, this can help you start a brand new business. It can help you start an additional business. It can let you know what's involved with starting a business. Maybe you don't want to. There are a lot of people out there who are just happy to go ahead and go to work and collect a paycheck. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just not for me. Let's see here. We're going to present all of the information to invest in yourselves with quality content and serve you in small, easy parts. The program is going to be unique because I'll be showing you how I'm going to start this business every step along the way, even from building funding, finding money, coming up with a business plan. That's what this is right here. This presentation is you coming up with your business plan. Okay. How important is a business plan, Mark?
Well, one of the most important things you could do. It's a roadmap.
Yes.
We were talking earlier. It's a roadmap, guys. If you don't have a map, you're just gonna go where the road leads you, and it could be into a cul-de-sac or a dead end, or could put you on a dirt road. So you really want to have a business plan. It's just a roadmap, and it doesn't have to be formal. It could be anything you want. Wayne could go into a little bit more detail on that, but it doesn't have to be. It could be on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be on your computer, and no one has to see it except for you. It's your map. It's unless you have a business partner. So sorry, Wayne.
No, that's fine. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. It is.
Your roadmap's going to be, by the way, on a highway. You know? So you're going down pretty fast and you're making it very quickly. Right. That's what you really want. You don't want to go down a winding, bumpy road.
You don't.
And we have friends that help us.
Yeah, it keeps you from chasing the butterflies. First thing you're going to do is say, okay, I want to start my business. So what am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this. And then you're going to chase a butterfly, and you're going to go over here. Well, your roadmap says no. Don't take that detour. That's a trap. You need to go back to this point from point A to point B. After you make it to point B and accomplish that, now you can go over to another section, right?
And I have to add something to that, guys. I'm sorry, but that roadmap is going to change over time.
It will.
So, you have your beginning roadmap, what you need to do, whether you go to the state that you work in, and you need to get a business license. I mean, once you get your business license, you just got to renew it every 2 or 3 years or whatever your particular municipality requires. But those things will be off be in the rear of your mirror, as I say. So, you want to, always keep your roadmap up to date. If you don't keep it up to date, you're just going to lose focus. And that's what the whole thing is, to keep focused on what your goals are and how you're going to achieve those goals.
One of the most important things you can do is I'll actually take a screenshot of my business plan or a section of it that I'm working on, and I'll set it as the backdrop on my phone. I look at my phone every day, multiple times a day, hundreds of times a day. There's no way that I'm going to miss it if I just just plaster it right on there. And then boom, I've got my business plan. I know the next step, and I can't go chase butterflies. I have to get this next goal. I have to reach it, and I can't move on to the next section until I do it. That way, it's also going to keep you involved in your business plan. You can just screenshot it, make it your background, and it'll keep you right on track. So you can see from 2 individual people, and Mark really just came in last minute. We didn't have a conversation. We didn't, talk about this. We didn't say what we were going to talk about. 2 individual people that did not talk before this meeting both tell you that that's the most important thing you can possibly do. All right. After reading hundreds of books and taking many seminars, I have seen a step-by-step guide on how the process is done in real time with examples from the host and author. My duty is to give back and serve those in need of advice and service, and this is how I choose to do it. So I'm going to be your guide here. I'm going to give you a little bit of background information about me, and then you'll have a little bit better idea who I am, and then we can go forward. Started from humble beginnings. I moved out when I was like 17, nothing to my name, didn't even graduate high school yet. Okay, a lot of people don't actually know that. I was pretty much homeless when I moved out, and I had to get a job at McDonald's, really, like no joke. Okay, had to struggles to survive. Sometimes the only meal that I would have came from the McDonald's where I worked at. Sometimes I needed to eat from the continental breakfast at a local hotels to survive. This was really, really where I was when I moved out. Okay, parents, kick me out. That's it. You're out. You're done. And sink or swim, buddy. There you go. I was born in 1984. I'm currently the owner of Tri-County Locksmith Service in Glenwood Springs, Colorado. This is by far the most successful and largest locksmith company in the area. I currently have 2 employees. I'm getting ready to hire a 3rd, hopefully Monday, if everything works out. And we just keep building momentum and rolling and going. So it can be done. It can be done from nothing. If you think you come from any lower beginning than anybody else, look at me for an example. I came from absolutely nothing. Okay, literally sleeping in my truck, on couches, all that other stuff. It's all part of it. Okay, it's all part of the journey to get here. I am a successful business owner looking to expand into other businesses that include affiliate marketing and business coaching that I'm going to share with you along the way. So I'm going to share with you how I build that coaching business along the way here. My number one goal is to help others reach their dreams and accomplish the lifestyle that they want. Understanding your why, understanding why you want to start the business is going to be the biggest part of it. All too often, it's overlooked, and it's the number one reason why businesses fail, okay? Apply the 80-20 rule, 80% why, 20% how. If you have the why, and you know why you want to start your business, you want to start a locksmith business, you're tired of working for other people, you don't like the work that they produce, you want to produce your own quality product. Is that your motivation and your drive? Use it. If you use that drive, then you will figure out the 20% how. You'll figure out how to find money. You'll figure out how to get a loan. You'll figure out how to start out of a $1,000 car, which I've done. I had a little tiny Subaru with just a few tools inside of it. And that's one of the tools that we used to get started. And then we upgrade from there. Now I've got everything from a 2020 Ford F-350 that's all decked out with all the Milwaukee pack out. I mean, I probably got $150,000 in that truck. I've got an ambulance, for crying out loud. I've got another utility work truck. Okay. But it all started very, very small and very, very humble beginnings. Okay. If you have the correct why, you'll have the motivation to figure out the how. Okay. You must be 100% committed and passionate about what you want to start your business and have a clear vision of what your business is going to be. A business with no passion is doomed to fail. Once you lose the motivation or your why, you will lose the drive and everything that goes with it. Your vision drives you, and you put in the work, time, and sacrifice to start your business. Does everybody understand that? Mark, you want to tell us a little bit about what you started and why you're still going today?
Oh, I started because it was necessary. Elko Unican came up with a policy that if you didn't have a bachelor's degree in marketing, you weren't going to be a sales student. Well, I never went to college, so that was out. Even though I was the #1 salesman at the time, 2 years in a row, and I would have continued to be the #1 So that's another story for another time. Yeah, I mean, it's right on the money. The only thing I would add is it's like, don't be 100% committed. You got to have balance between your family and your business. And that's
Right.
something I didn't do. And Wayne probably doesn't do it either. We tend to put, because we think of our businesses as babies, we tend to put a lot more effort into our business than we are our family. And that's a huge mistake. I'm very fortunate. Things worked out for us and we're very close family, but don't ever forget your family. Never
Yes.
missed a soccer game, never missed a baseball game.
Hopefully if you do it right, your family will give you that support back that you need.
Or they will, but you got to make a conscious effort to say, hey, I got to be home for dinner.
Right. Yeah, it's very, very rare that I'll say, no, I can't do a family event because I have something locked in to work. And that is just, it's tempting, but and it can there are some certain circumstances where, hey, I have to do this. It was already in the books and I'm going to lose, a $50,000 account if I don't complete this job by end of day today. If I don't get this proposal off, that's going to be out the window.
Right.
When you're first starting, you're going to be putting all that grind. I call it the grind. The grind is going to be that first year or two that you're getting off to the races. That's going to take
a one-man band. You do everything.
Yes.
I mean, from cleaning the toilets, if you have a little shop, to the marketing, to the books. And that's just as important as actually doing the work. You can be the best locksmith in the world, but if you don't do your back stuff, your backroom stuff, your accounting correctly, your marketing correctly, you could be the best. And Wayne and I have talked about this, guys, and this is the truth. You could be the best technician there is, and you're going to fail. There's no question. You have to know both ends of it. All of this. You don't have to be an expert in it, because there's guys like Wayne, myself, and people in your own community that have been there. They might not be in the same industry, but business is business, as they say. And if you know business, you'll succeed in anything.
Yeah, exactly. All righty. So let's keep moving on here. So what is your why going to be? All too often I hear money as the first answer to this question. I agree with you. Money and profit is absolutely going to be important. An important reason why you want to start your business. And that's usually people's first motivating factor. But you can make money doing a lot of different things. Make your passion your business. That's one of the biggest things that I tell people. And when I go to interview employees, I tell them this business and this trade is not a job. It is a privilege. It's really a privilege to do. You go out there and it's like you unlock a car for some mom that's her kid's locked in the car or a dog or something. And it's like you're a superhero, right? And I'm just dedicating that towards the locksmith business, but there's other people that are in, different trades and different industries, and they help people as well. But I really think the locksmith industry or the coaching industry or any of these other ones, really helping other people is the main goal of what's really going on here. But you can make money doing a lot of different things. Just make sure that you are passionate about it, make sure you care about it, and make sure it's going to drive you to motivate you to pick up that phone early in the morning. So, I had to run a lot of after hours calls to get going and get started. And it took a lot to be able to do that, right? If you don't have the proper reasons why and the proper drive, you're not going to pick up the phone at 3 a.m. and go run that call. And that's what it takes in the beginning to get started. Your drive and inspiration is your motivation. Without this, that's your most valuable asset. Okay. Let me give you some examples I came up with for my business idea. Again, this is me laying out for you what I'm going to start with this business coaching idea, community coaching workshop. My number one reason why I want to start my new business is to help others like you guys here in this room. I know there is so much information available on business and success and online these days. Unfortunately, most of it is misleading, and there's a lot of poor information out here that you could get yourself into serious trouble from people trying to make a quick buck on your behalf. Okay. So there's an overload of information. They say we're in the information age. There's literally an overload of information right now. What we need is quality content and information. Okay. I wanted to share real tools that I added to my life toolkit that produce real results. Like I said, I come from absolutely nothing, being practically homeless, to running almost $750,000 business now, and starting another one that'll hopefully be another $1 million business on top of it in the next couple of years. That's a long way to come in about a decade or couple decades. I want to start an online coaching business and personal development business to help anyone with any income and at any stage in life. Finally, yes, I would like to start a profitable business that produces lifelong wealth and income. If focus on the why passionately, the money will come. So if you're passionate about locksmithing or whatever other business you want to start, if you really, really, really give it your all, the money will come, okay? One of the things you have to do is you have to decide, what problem are you solving? This is part of your business plan now, okay? We're really showing you those individual pieces. What problem are you solving? A good business plan must start with a problem that people have. So if you're starting a locksmithing business, you're saying, all right, this area needs a good quality, competent locksmith, and there's extra room for this to grow. There's room for improvement on quality. Maybe the other guys there aren't advertising very well, or maybe those shops are getting ready to close. They're getting towards the end of their years, and they're not providing that customer service that they used to. You can fill in that blank, okay? Your product or service must solve that problem. So whatever business it is you're starting, you have to solve that problem. If you're going to start a locksmith business, you're going to want to solve people's security problem. You're going to be selling security. You're going to be selling security and repair for locks and locksmith related tools and products. Okay. For me, I'm starting this business coaching program. I told you my why is because I haven't seen anybody ever start or read a book like I've never heard anybody that wrote a book or put together a program that actually showed the steps as they're doing it. I've only heard about the success stories after the fact. Okay. So that's what's going to separate me from all of the other coaching and business platforms out there today. Let's see, it must be done in a unique way so that your product or service sets you apart from anything else on the market. I just told you why I'm being set up in a different category than everybody else and what I'm offering that's unique and different. This can be done with a new product, a better way to market, better way to sell or deliver your product or service, and possibly introduce your product or service to a new market. Okay, so maybe there's a small town outside your area and maybe there's not a locksmith there, and you want to start a business there. Well, you could go and you could start doing some research and find out, how many people are in that area, how many people are searching for locksmith in that area. You can use Google Analytics to find this information for you. And you can see if that's going to be a desirable spot for you to set up or not. Find out if there's going to be enough room for you to grow up in there. Okay. All right. So, challenge time, you're going to have to identify the problem and how your product or service is going to solve the problem. These are all parts of your business plan right here. These are little mini slides of showing you what that business plan should include. Do you have anything to add to that, Mark, so far?
I just seen that you said, what can you do better? Years ago, we had we've been making Cameron specialty locks for going on 30 years now, maybe 25 years, I'm not sure, but it's unimportant how long. I make cam locks and specialty locks, tubular locks and dissummer locks, and we make them for OEM applications. Well, about 15 years ago, a guy, my next door neighbor, comes over to my house and I have my brand new travel trailer out there. He goes, "Hey man, that's a cool travel trailer. You got to change the locks on those things because everyone's got the same key." And I thought, this guy's lost his mind. No one said that. They don't have the same key. I did some investigation. All the travel trailers and fifth wheels, they all have the same exact key. That's how we started a new business inside our business, because it just popped up for a moment. Right out of the blue. I'd never even heard of this. The point is that you can, what product, new products and stuff that Wayne was talking about, you never know. Keep your eyes open when that next opportunity comes in. The hospital in the next town over loses his locksmith and said, "Well, you don't have to hire us full time. We'll help you out." there's so many opportunities. You have to keep your eyes open. And I agree with Wayne completely. The new product stuff, what are you going to bring to the table? In our case, I was already making the locks, so it was a no-brainer for me. But you might hear of the guy retiring from the hospital or the Department of Water and Power where you guys are out. They might not want a locksmith. They might want to just hire you folks. So just keep your eyes open. That's basically
exactly.
what I'm. Yeah.
Exactly. And you see it on Facebook or the newspaper or whatever you use to get your local community news from. A new building opening up, a new retirement center, a new hospital, a new school, a new this, a new that. Keep your ears and your eyes open and look for that opportunity. This is the land of opportunity, okay? There's tons of it everywhere. You just have to know, you have to be aware, you have to see it, and you have to hear for it, and have to be able to act upon it when it comes up. That's a great point. Thank you so much. All right, so one of my example for a problem and a solution here is COVID-19 crushed so many businesses and hurt so many people. So many people lost their jobs through no fault of their own. I wanted to provide a simple, easy to digest series of seminars to enlighten and support helping people start their business for free via social media. The problem: assist those looking to start or manage a business without charging them. The solution is going to be CCW or community coaching workshop programs. We're going to have these little workshops, and we've got a whole group set up to where we can help you and coach you individually to be able to bring you to that next level when you have those questions. We're going to utilize affiliate marketing and social media advertising as a platform to provide compensation in exchange for my time and the unique content brought to you. We use affiliate marketing, and we also use donations. So if you want to become a member of the page, where we have the coaching page, the community coaching page, then a small donation of $24.99 is actually going to be for your monthly membership there. That gives you 24/7 access to myself and Jason, that we can help you coach through your needs. But the seminar here is completely free. You take what you want, we add the value, we allow you to see the product first before we ask for any kind of compensation for that. That's one of the other things that I don't see anybody else doing. It's always pay me and then you take your seminar. You pay somebody and then you take the seminar. Everybody always does it that way. I'm doing it the other way around. I'm going to show you what I have to offer, and then you can decide whether or not that was worth your time or not and an investment. I'm going to show you step by step how I build my business in real time as I build it to show the programs produces results. All of the books I've read and the stories that I've heard about people, it tells the story after the success. My unique angle is documenting the journey as it happens here and now live. So challenge is going to start now. If you want to start your business, take some action. You have to take some massive action to be able to get started. Okay, you got to take that leap of faith, whether you're starting out or whether you're going to go ahead and maybe start on the weekends or start running calls on in between your current job. Those are all fine things to do, but at least you're moving in that direction. You're moving towards the goal. All right, so now you got some basic essentials for building a strong foundation on why you want to start your business and identified what problem it solves. I just really wish that I had all this information when I built my first business. It's taken 10 years to figure out all the information that I'm providing here for you. So now that I have hopefully added some value to your dreams, I only ask for the opportunity to serve you further so that you don't miss out on any new training seminars. Okay, challenge time. I challenge you to follow me on the social media pages. Make sure that you're part of the business plan. Every time we're going to host one of these, I'm going to post it on my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, anywhere you guys follow me, that this information is going to be there, and you'll be able to join in just by following me on those pages. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, set the bell alert to always, and then you'll always get new videos and you'll always get updates. You look for my profile picture and scan some of the QR codes that we have down here for you, and you'll never miss another seminar. You'll never miss another business coaching opportunity. Here we have the join the CCW Facebook page to receive more business tips. So if you guys want to scan that QR code there, then that will take you to that private page. And on that private page, It'll allow you to have 24/7 access to myself and Jason Walbert. You can ask questions. We take this seminar, we take the recording and we post it right there so you can watch it at your convenience. If you want to watch it again, or you missed something, or you had to take off to run a call or do something else, you can come back and watch it at your convenience. So now we've got to create a business plan. What on earth is a business plan? And Mark and I did not talk before this, but he called it a roadmap. Right? That's the exact verbiage that he used. And this is the exact verbiage. Yeah, it is. It's universal. It really is. Once you've done it once or twice, it's universal. So there's going to be a roadmap or your plan on how you'd like to structure and organize your business. Most entrepreneurs are under the false impression that if you build it, they will come. I'm here to tell you, this is not Field of Dreams, ladies and gentlemen. This is the jungle, and there are pitfalls, and preparing for them now will help your business survive and make it to the end goal. If you think that if you build it, they will come, it's going to equal the death of your business, and probably it's just not going to work out really, really well. Okay. You need to market it. You need to push it. You need to have a target demographic. You need to have your target customer in mind, and you need to get what you have to offer out to them. Okay. So just like everybody that's here, you heard about this, you saw it, you've seen me do a lot of other things with business, and now you're here. Okay. This is the beginning process of showing you what I have to offer for you. All right, let's see what a business plan looks like and how to write one. I'm going to show you how I'm writing mine as we go. So I like to start at the end and work backwards. I always start every single task that I do knowing the end result in mind. And I'm going to explain to you why that's important. Okay. You need to start out with the result or goal in mind. Have you ever done a maze? It's full of false landing points and traps. Okay. If you've tried to do the exact same maze starting from the finish line and work backwards, it's a lot easier. Why? The traps are designed to catch you going in one direction, forward. Okay. So if you don't know what the end goal is and you don't know what the finish line looks like, you're never going to get there. You can't get there. You can get overhead view and start your journey with the result in mind. My result is to offer free business education and information classes, establish an audience through social media, and offer extra bonus tools along the way in the form of affiliate marketing, along with donations for 24/7 access to myself and Jason Walbert through that community group that we just showed the QR code for. This is where you can help my business by following the social media networks. And if you have not done so, please scan the following QR code so that you can find me and the latest things that we post for free. The biggest way you can help support the private group is donate $24.99 a month or $249 a year. If you do that, then you'll have 24/7 access direct to coaches. Most business planners or coaches charge over $300 for one session, 1 hour. Okay. I'm giving you a whole year for that. So just keep that in mind. And if you don't think that this is your cup of tea, that's fine too. Take the information, utilize what you can out of it, and that's it. There's no strings attached. No strings attached whatsoever. Going back to seeing the finish line, can we see the finish line in this photo? No, it's just a path that goes off into the jungle. All of the pitfalls, the valleys, the peaks, the streams, the rivers, the rapids, the bears, snakes, spiders, and everything else that comes along the way that's going to come and get you and get your business are all laying right in here. Okay. So what do we need to do? We need to get our business plan, and we need to take things from a different angle. We need to look at it from drone view footage. This is a whole lot easier to see. We start out over here. The money's here in the middle. We can see a clear path on how to get from where we are to where the money is in a direct manner. Okay. This is your business plan. Your business plan is your roadmap to the money. Business plan is an overhead view of your journey plan so that everyone can easily see the journey along the way. What is your business plan? It's researched and refined document or map of your business. Goals, vision, blueprint, roadmap, purpose of your business, company description, business goals in mind, how you're going to structure your business, product or service that you're going to offer, required resources, a financial plan, and business management and operations. So you're going to have all of these different things kind of figured out. Now, if you're just starting a one-man show or a one-woman show, then you don't really have to focus so much on the management and operation of employees or other people, but you're going to have to at least get a company description, business goals, some structure, your product or service, and the required resources to do so. And you will have to have a financial plan. When you start bringing money in, what are you going to do with that money? If you don't have a good answer to that question, you need to plan that out and figure that out. Do you have anything to add to this, Mark?
It's pretty simple, guys. I mean, the roadmaps will have exits, and you don't have to be an expert in any of them because you have people that will help you along the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just basically, that's just a structure. There's things you could add, things you don't need. I've never really had a goal in mind. I just knew I could do it better. So I never put that in mind. And I just never did that. I think the financial part of it is, that's Wayne and I did talk about this in the past over several years, I think now. I think the most important thing, anyone that's starting a new business, and maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, is to talk to a CPA, talk to someone that knows money, because I'm not an expert in money, but I know my CPA is, and he just saved us about $70,000 this year alone from doing the taxes and deferring, switching things until 2-3 years from now. So you really want to talk to a good accountant, or if you have an accountant, talk to the accountant. This is what I wanted to do.
That,
and pay the money. It's the best money spent. That I definitely talked to Wayne about it very briefly this afternoon.
yeah.
The money you spend is the money, it will come back 100 times.
It will. And like you just said, he started that phrase out by, they saved me $70,000.
Right.
That didn't cost me anything. They saved me a ludicrous amount of money. In your business plan, the first things you should be doing with your business goals and your structure would definitely be finding a CPA. I suggest you interview at least 3 different CPAs, find out which one you are going to mesh with best, and have that person. And you can pay them, you know, they can work as little as a couple hours a month for whatever they charge, $120, $130, $200 an hour, whatever it is they charge, doesn't matter. It's going to save you money in the long run. The other thing you need to do is have legal representation, have somebody like Legal Shield or a personal attorney, have them help you with your business plan. So right now, today, we're going to take our business plan and we're going to take our business plan to our CPA. So that is jumping the gun just a little bit, but it's still an extremely important part. You're going to take your business plan, you're going to take it to your CPA, you're going to take it to your legal representation, and you're going to say, well, what do you think? And then you're going to pay them their money for that hourly fee or whatever it is. And then they're going to give you the feedback, and they're going to say, okay, well, I would adjust this, this, and this. We need to structure your company as maybe an S Corp or sole proprietorship, and you need to file for an LLC like this. And they'll tell you all of these different things that you need to do to set up your business. Because if you put all this time and money into it and you didn't set it up properly, it's going to bite you later. Okay. You're just going to be having that much more. You're going to have that much more to redo if you don't do it properly. All right. So writing an executive summary, all major information about your business, right? To your investors, not yourself. So when I write out my business plan, I'm writing it to you guys. I'm writing it to other people. I'm writing it to who is going to invest in me to start that business. If you need an investor or a bank or a angel investor or a what do they call them now? Kickstarters, things like that. You need to build your business plan like you're pitching it to somebody else, because 9 times out of 10, you'll end up needing to do that. Of course, you know, and you have all of the ideas organized in your head. You need to take what's in here, organize it on paper so that somebody else can understand it. I highly recommend keeping it simple. Keep it about a page or 2. If you cannot clearly describe your business summary in 1 page or less, You have an overcomplicated business. This is your business summary, not your entire business plan. I want to clarify that. What is attractive about your business? Provide structure and foundation for people to start their businesses. That is my foundation. Okay. What do you expect from your investment? Return on investment, or ROI has massive gains in the future. Returns and exit plan from your investor. Right now, I'm my only investor, but I've got some other partners that I'm working with this as well. Hopefully we can build this up to be $1 million plus business, and then we can have an exit strategy and sell the platform to somebody else who wants to take it over. And then I can go retire on an island somewhere. That's my exit strategy. Total capital needed. We needed about $200 to demonstrate that I can start a business. I posted a personal GoFundMe campaign and received $200 to cover the registration of the business with the Secretary of State and start a bank account. You're going to have to put about $100 to register with the Secretary of State, and then you're going to have to put at least $100. You have to start a bank account with $100. So really, I'm starting this whole thing with $200 that I didn't take from my company or myself. I raised that capital to show you that it can be done without any personal income. Okay. I could have easily funded this myself, but I wanted to show that you can start a business from absolutely nothing. So here was the campaign I started, and Mark also mentioned that business plans can change, and mine changed. I actually started this a year ago, maybe a little over a year ago, and it was originally called Business Bootcamp Accelerator Coaching Kickstart Program. It was too complicated and didn't make sense, so that's why we changed it to Community Coaching Workshop. But this is literally the original GoFundMe that I started this entire thing with, okay? I received another donation from PayPal. Your seed money or your startup money can come from Kickstarter programs, family, friends who believe in your vision, but you have to be able to put together a compelling business plan to convince them to separate them from their money to invest in you. You can also get loans from banks or credit unions. Credit unions will be more likely to loan you money than a bank will. Windfall cash or earnings. Maybe you got a really good job. Maybe you won some money with a scratch-off ticket. I don't know. Whatever you have, if you got any windfall money, you can use that to invest in your business to return on your investment later. Home equity loans can do that, or cash accounts can do that. I don't recommend. No. I wouldn't personally pull a home equity loan out unless I absolutely have to. But I've heard a lot of success stories where people have done that. They put it all on the line and they needed to. So I'm not going to say that it's not viable. I'm going to tell you to be cautious before doing so. Okay. Let's see. I highly advise not taking on debt to start your business unless it's absolutely necessary. There are no guarantees in businesses, and way, way, way more businesses fail than make it. I can't remember the numbers right now, but I think some ludicrous number like 85% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. So keep that in mind. Let's see. Therefore, I list at least a personal risk for a GoFundMe account. If it fails, I'm the only one that's really losing anything. Okay. So showing you that it can be done, but you can also get money from friends or family as well. How did you start your business, Mark? Did you have money on your own to get started?
Yeah, I mean, we're going back so many years, but yeah, I started my business with my own money, and they didn't even have computers when I started the business. I mean, computers were non-existent. But yeah, we started our business with my own money. It worked out well for us. I would never borrow money for this. Yeah, that's my personal. I don't like borrowing money for anything. So
I don't either. I like to stay pretty debt free. But
yeah,
you do have to admit, some people they've started multi-million-dollar businesses and they pull the loan out to do it, and so it is there. I just want to cover all of the options.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it. I mean, it's one way to go. Personally, it wouldn't work well for me or my wife. I mean, we pay as we go type people. But if you're confident in your stuff and you do your due diligence, it's why not? I mean, if you could do it, Why not? Why use your own money? Keep that in the bank and let someone
Use
fund
somebody
you.
else.
I mean, that's not something to be afraid of. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. And that's, in the tax way of looking at it, could be a good thing.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Exactly. All right. So for business description, this is going to be back to part of your business plan. You need to show what you're doing and prove the concept. You need to prove your concept. So me putting on this class and having 13 people here is proving my concept that people will listen to what I have to say. We need to show what your customers want: free education and learning opportunities to start their businesses. Legal structure for your business. Community Coaching Workshop LLC is a limited liability company. How will your business be formed? There are different types of businesses. LLC is just a limited liability company. What that really means is I'm not an attorney. I'm not offering legal advice in any way, shape, or form, but limited liability company means that if you do something and something happens, there's an accident, they found you negligent for something, or somehow you were found, something happened and somebody sues you, they're suing the company, not you. So if Tri-County Locksmith Service does something and who knows what happens, maybe we get dragged into a class action lawsuit and one of my technicians didn't do a job properly, they didn't listen to life safety code, and I get slapped with a $10 million lawsuit, I'm out of business. But I'm not thrown out of my home. I keep my personal assets to my personal gains and my own personal, I keep them personal. Is basically separating my personal home and lifestyle from my business. And now my business gets sued. They take everything I have, they liquidate all my assets, and I no longer have a business, but I still have a home to live in. That is the main idea of separating the two and opening up an LLC. You could also do a sole proprietorship. You could open a corporation or a partnership. This is where your legal counsel or possibly even your CPA would be able to tell you what kind of business is going to be best for you. Usually your legal counsel and your CPA work together to find out what your end goals are. So they set you up with the proper business strategy and the proper business structure so that you don't end up in hot water. You want to have the most protection offered with the least amount of risk. Okay. Find out where your location is. This business, Community Coach Workshop, is I'm going to be working from home. I'm going to be hosting seminars and live events, so everything comes from home. What type of business is conducted? Business to business or business to future owners of businesses is who I'm going to be talking to mostly. And so it's going to be B2B or business to business. What kind of products and services will you provide? We're offering free services to connect, free services and content to educate business owners with donations and affiliate links. Now we've got to our operation plan. This is all part of your business structure. By the way, you can get a free template for a business plan anywhere online. Just type into Google free business plan and you'll get a million of them. Just pick one with the least amount of ads and the least amount of stuff you have to fill out. Put it on your phone, fill it all out. You can use your Adobe filler or whatever, or bring it up on your computer and you can fill it all right out. You can write it out on hand, you can write it out on paper and just use that as a guide. But this is going to be part of it too. You're going to have an operations plan. Cash flow forecasting. I would really like to see about $10,000 a month in advertising, donations, and affiliate links in the next 5 years or so. I think that's reasonable if we can grow it and if it really helps people and it really works. My profit plan is to reinvest 10% of all total income back into the business monthly to promote growth and start drawing a salary for myself and possible employees after we hit the $10,000 goal. Okay. So I'm structuring here what we're doing. How much money do we want to make a month? When am I going to start being able to draw a paycheck from this thing? And what dollar value are we going to start trying to add employees or other people to the business? Flexible budget. I'm willing to adjust the numbers according to monthly sales. My income is flexible. So this is all cream on top. This is all just the gravy on top. I'm not relying on this to feed my family right now. Okay. So that's why I can be so flexible with it. We'll have a variance report. A variance report is a document that's going to compare planned financial outcomes with the actual financial outcome. And this variance report is what is supposed to happen when that happens. So you're basically going to say, all right, I wanted $10,000 a month. We made $100. How do we get from here to the goal? Okay. And then each month, I'm going to redesign my approach and my marketing plan until we get there. And once we get there, then we'll come up with a new plan. Let's see here. Executive review daily, weekly, monthly. Review your expenses and your earnings on these timelines. You should be reviewing your expenses daily, weekly, and monthly. Okay, especially and at least monthly with your CPA. They can help guide you as to what you need to be doing and what you need to be preparing for. We talked about finances a little bit in the previous class, where I told you, I have about 10% of income, total income for my Tri-County Locksmith Service business. I keep about 10% of that with cash on hand at all times for a rainy day, for when vehicles go down or something happens. If I injure myself, I need to be covered. You need to have a pretty good cash reserve as you start growing your business. So allocating 10% to that savings account is definitely part of my business plan. Management meeting. It's currently myself, Jason, and Hannah that are going to be starting this business. I've made them 10% owners in the community coach workshop as well. And that's who my counsel is right now. So we'll go over what the numbers are, where we want to be, and express ideas on how to grow it as we build the program. Weekly position report. We're going to evaluate where we are, where your goals are, and the difference between them. So each week, we're going to say, we made $100. We want to make 10,000. How do we get there? And we're going to keep reevaluating until we get there. Your mission statement is going to be one of the most important statements you can possibly have in your business plan. And this is where most people overcomplicate it and go wrong. If you can't explain what your business is in a paragraph or so, it's overcomplicated. A formal summary of the aims and values of a company, organization, or individual. You want to keep it as simple as possible. Apply less is more to that strategy to this portion of the business plan. A lot of times people think if they detail everything out with a million little details, it'll make their business sound better. Investors don't invest in businesses that they don't understand. You need to remember that. So if you're looking for investment, keep it simple. All too often, the owner gets so excited about their new ideas that they can go on and on for days about it. Here's a tip. Don't. Keep it short, keep it sweet, and keep it very, very basic, straight and to the point. One of the sources that I got this information was the definitions from Oxford Languages. I got the definition for these different mission statements here. My mission statement, this little paragraph or this little sentence right here, provide business education to those in need on a free social media platform while earning profit based off of ads, donations, and play on the context of offering tools through the duration of the program that help me with the people participating with zero pressure and 100% transparency of the process. Okay. That tells you what I'm doing, and it tells you how I'm going to make money doing it. It tells you what my goals and values are. So the community coaching workshop mission statement, I've reevaluated it and added a little bit more to it. So this is actually going in my mission statement that's actually going on to my business. Our mission is to deliver quality content to people who need it most. We want to bridge the gap between the skeptics of coaching and quality advice that could be used to better their lives. Community Coach Workshop strives to be the gateway program to show people the value of good coaching with integrity that helps people live better, more meaningful, and productive lives so they can achieve their dreams. This is my refined mission statement here. So we've added a little bit to it, but notice it's one paragraph. It's not 10 pages long. One little paragraph is all you need to be able to distinctly and crisply determine what your business is going to be. Does everybody here understand what the concept is? Please put it in the chat box. Let me know if you understand what's going on. All right, so now part of that business plan is we're going to have an operations plan. Let's see here. Yep. Okay, good. So we're going to have a team operating plan. We're going to establish job titles and expectations, organization and structure. Structure of your business is the outline parts of your business. So you have a CEO, marketing person, salesperson, technicians, whatever's going to meet your needs for your business. It's probably going to start out with you, and then one of the first people that you're going to hire is a technician. Then maybe the next thing you need to do is hire an operations manager or an office manager. Okay. You need to have that outlined in your business plan. Delegation. As the owner, you will need to delegate and assign jobs to your employees or teammates. Position guide development. This would be an employee handbook that details expectations, operations, and responsibilities clearly, along with consequences for not meeting those expectations. So this is for a little bit further down the road when you're going to hire that first employee. If you plan on doing so, you're going to want to have some kind of handbook or position guide for development through your business plan. Hiring procedure. How are you going to hire teammates? You're going to just post ads on Indeed? Or do you have family members that want to join this particular program? Friends, family, anybody else? You need to include that in your business plan. Performance evaluation. You need to track and assess the productivity of yourself and your employees. Okay. Employee compensation, establishing a pay scale for your employees that is hourly, salary, or commission based. So if you are going to have employees, you need to have that established in your business plan. I pay my employees salary. It's just easier for me. Then I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry. Are they robbing me on hours?
You have to be very careful about that statement, because in some states, and I know this for a fact in California, you cannot have people on salaries when they're below X amount of money. So you need to, again.
Oh, you have to meet a minimum business. Yeah, that's every state. You have to meet at least minimum wage with your salary.
Well, I mean, they're talking like in California, $130,000 a year. So you have to be. We had everyone on unlimited PPO and which is paid time off,
right?
And unlimited vacations and what have you. And I was called out by my bookkeeping firm that we work with, and he said, you cannot do that. You are in trouble if you do that. So just check with your local authority, your attorneys and your CPA, make sure that you could do stuff like that before you in California. I was doing that for years, and I didn't know. I just thought, wow, this is a good deal for everyone. Everyone gets paid, no matter if they work 40 hours or they work 60 hours or they work 20 hours. They're going to get paid the same amount. So it's very important that you check with your local state and local.
This is where that attorney is going to come in handy.
Absolutely. So I didn't mean to step on your toes.
No. This is why I wanted somebody else to be able to bounce this off of, because this is why this operation plan needs to be in your business plan right then and there. If you don't know the local laws, you're going to set up a plan that's not going to work.
When you're going to learn these things, you don't need to know the local laws for hiring an employee. If you're going to be buying yourself for the first 6 months, worry about other things. Don't worry about that. And personally, I would never hire another locksmith until I hired a bookkeeper.
Right.
Because a bookkeeper allows you to do your job and they do the book. So I just want to kind of add that.
Oh, no, I 100% agree with that. And my CPA is my bookkeeper. So that goes back to CPA and legal counsel first. But right there's a big difference between Colorado law and between California law, to where it's a whole lot easier for me to just do salary. And then if my employees, so I pay them a flat salary from Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. If they run any after hours calls, I then split that with them 60-40, 60% my way, 40% their way. Why do I do that? Because if they don't take that after hours call, I'm getting a big goose egg for it. Nothing, nada. Okay. If I inspire them to put forth that extra effort and they're going to go run that after hours call for $2 or $3 or $4 or $6 or $800, or I think my guy just ran one the other day. It was like a $1,200 call, emergency call to drive 3 towns over to close a garage door, an overhead door, $1,200. And he put 40% of that on his paycheck. Would he have had the motivation to drive out there at 2 o'clock in the morning and go do that? For regular salary, probably not. Okay.
That
So-
allows the employees to say, I have a doctor's appointment. I'm taking the baby to the doctor, and they know they're still going to get paid for that amount. And so it worked out well for us. However, I was called out on it. So just be aware of that. And everything that is legally said here and anywhere else,
it's not legal advice.
You need to check with your attorneys, because, we're just giving you our advice for what we've done. But I think when you agree, it's like, real technical. We're not going to get into the super, super deep weeds here.
Yeah.
Check out, get with an attorney. And it's great when, like, I'm very fortunate. We live in a smaller community, although it's right next to huge communities, Los Angeles, but we're away from LA. I mean, my accountant and my attorney and my bookkeeper, they all know each other. And that's great, because they communicate and they do stuff without even me knowing it. I get a bill, I'm like, what is this? I'm like, no, I talked to, Dave for like 45 minutes. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
mine
too.
too.
Enjoy you, those guys.
Mine too. Yeah. My CPA knows my attorney, and they already have permission. I've worked with them for almost a decade now. So they know, hey, if something needs done, just get it done. Send me a bill later. If it goes over $1,000, check with me first. I'll approve it and move on with your day.
Especially when it comes to the taxes, because those taxes that are due sometimes, I don't know about Colorado. I know California, for you guys, there is, we do the payroll taxes every month, but we also do the just the regular taxes, sales tax, every quarter. And I always forget about that. And it's done like clockwork. So we don't have to do about it. So I forgive me, but I would never hire an employee until it's to the point where I can't physically do all the work myself. I hired my bookkeeper before I did anything else. And now I think we have we have 4 full-time locksmiths and other guys in the company, because it doesn't relate to locksmith work, and relates to manufacturing.
Yeah.
But yeah, get with your attorneys. Don't take everything Wayne's saying or I'm saying as fact.
Well, each state has its own laws.
Absolutely, and every municipality.
Yes.
Yeah, municipalities. I mean, if you don't have a business license in the municipality you're working on, and you might be working in 2 or 3, and they want you to have those business licenses, which is, one could argue that, it's like, hey, I'm not going to go up to that community but once every 2 years. Well, I'll wing it, so.
Yeah, every time, especially being mobile, I am the worst client. I am the most complicated account for my CPA, because she has to figure out individual taxes for all the products sold for each of the different, because each county has a different tax rate, each township has a different tax rate, each county has there's so many different ones. Every time we move to a different area or include a different area in our sales, we have a whole laundry list of how we're supposed to separate that out in taxes. And in Colorado law, it's designed to tell you have to pay the taxes where you're selling the product. For a mobile service, we're selling it at that place. Everybody wants their piece of the pie. Everybody wants their little dip. Okay.
Right. And if you charge them too much, you're in trouble. If you don't charge them enough, you're in trouble. So get with your CPA. I think, I'm not sure about this, Wayne. You guys might even know more than we do, but I think QuickBooks actually has that feature now where
it does. It does. So when I pull up my QuickBooks, we do everything off of QuickBooks, invoicing, QuickBooks processing, merchant service. I frankly can't stand QuickBooks. I think it's one of the most miserable, no customer service organizations on the planet. And I really don't like the app, but unfortunately, it's the only thing that does everything that I need it to do. It allows me to capture a live signature for my emergency service disclosure agreement. So if I open the car and somebody it's like not their car, or it's a friend's car, all the legal troubles that things can get into. We don't need to go into that, but I have to capture a live signature, and I take a picture of the license plate of the vehicle, the VIN number badge, and the person's driver's license every time. And that needs to be stored in QuickBooks. It's the only product that offers all that.
Right. So just, that's, I just didn't want to step on anyone's toes, but you really, I think, Wayne, I think you would agree that we're just giving you the basics. We're giving you a mosaic, instead of getting into the deep weeds and looking at
Yeah, yeah. This is a basic layout. This is a basic layout. And,
and I'm looking at it, I go, well, I never did that. And,
yeah,
but
and you don't
it's
have
just
to.
a basic framework. So it's Wayne did a great job. For me, it's like, oh my goodness, if I was a new person, I knew everything you're saying. But for you guys, don't let this overwhelm you, because Wayne did a great job, but it's overwhelming me. I'm like, oh man, if I had to do that all over again, and I didn't do all this.
It's designed so that everything's there, so that you can
Right.
pick and choose what's going to work for you. You
Yeah,
don't have
absolutely.
to follow every single bullet
Exactly.
point on here.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's
you
an
don't need,
overview.
if you don't going to hire an employee for, it's going to be one man band for.
Yeah, then you don't have to pay attention to a lot of this.
Just don't worry about that. Think about that later.
Yeah.
Think about how you're going to get your name out into the marketplace.
Correct.
That you're trying to service. That's much more important.
Move the money needle. Move the money needle first. But the nice part about this program is that as people grow, they can come back to it and say, oh, now I'm ready for my employee. Here's what I need to do.
What can I afford? What can I not afford?
Exactly. I don't know if you want to mention your CPA, but somebody is asking for a CPA in California. I don't personally know anybody. If you want to mention yours, go ahead.
Text me your information. I'm on the forum.
Can you pull the chat up?
I have to actually look it up. I don't have his information in my fingerworks.
Okay, so whoever's
what part of California are you in?
What?
What part of California?
They didn't say. Where's my chat log here?
San
Jose.
Yeah, this is in Southern California. So you really want someone local. I'll be honest with you. If I couldn't look in the guy's eyes, I would be kind of freaked out. I like handshakes.
I agree.
And by the way, I love San Jose. Bitchin community. Can't afford it. I don't know how you afford it. Charge. That place is expensive.
Yeah, I know. You got high service calls up there. I put my email address here. If you want a suggestion, shoot me an email and we can go from there. But I agree with Mark. I would definitely make sure that you hire somebody local. Okay?
Absolutely, because they're going to know San Jose's issues.
Yeah, you need to have somebody that's local there. They're going to have different rules.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to a little bit of organization and management. And again, probably when you start something, it's just going to be you. But I want to throw it out there so that it's in the back of your head that these are some of the other things you need to do. I like to build a team. I'm a team builder right now. I do so much that I literally can't do it on my own. Okay. So I start with building a team. So I asked Jason Walbert and Hannah, who's actually my office operations manager, if she would help me start this community coaching program. These guys are going to have skin in the game. And they're going to help me edit these programs, help put them together, help coach with me on them. And they're going to help me build what we're building. And because I'm not paying them to do it, I'm bringing them in at 10% ownership so that we can grow together. So I like to build a team with this style business. Now, if I were starting my own independent locksmith shop, I wouldn't be hiring anybody. I would agree with Mark. I'd say you just one-man band, get started, figure out how to move the money needle and get some money to come in. So who are the board members? Myself, Jason, and Hannah. Why are they chosen to be a part of the team? High drive and energy and integrity. Those are the things that matter to me. Get stuff done and integrity. If you don't have those two things, I can't use you. Okay. You could create a chart that shows company structure, the owner, the CEO, board members, sales team, and add a bunch of different positions. But again, that's getting fairly complicated into corporate business structures. Along with education, who do they manage? What special skills do they have? Do they have leadership skills? Do they have social skills? Do they have technical skills? What do they have that they can bring to the table? Company core values. I like to include what our core values are so people know who they're investing in. I'm taking this community coaching workshop and I'm actually going to pitch this to an investment incubation program. And I'm going to be doing that probably within the next quarter. It's like a mini baby internet Shark Tank, and you can get investors to invest in your company. And that's what I plan on doing with this community coaching workshop program. So I'm going to actually start really featuring my people, the values that they have. Sometimes the values that people have are more important than the product or service that you sell itself. Okay. Integrity, honesty, and just self-awareness and high standards are all checked boxes that have to be checked in order for me to want to work with somebody. So I'm going to put myself in here as when I do this pitch. I'm just kind of showing you guys how I'm going to pitch this out. I'm going to say that I am disciplined and routine for success. I exercise every day. We work hard. We hustle. We grind. Do whatever is necessary to get the job done with integrity. That is my personal tagline. I will do whatever it takes to get the job done with integrity. Because if you don't have the last part on there, you might do some kind of shady things to get that job done. Not everybody's always willing to get the job done. Not even fewer people are willing to do it with integrity. I personally have extremely high standards for myself, my peers, for my life, and people that I do business with. I'm a team player. I understand core values, and I understand the value that other people have to offer in the work situation as a team. So each person's talents can shine as brightly as possible. I am 80% owner of Community Coach Workshop Program. And then I'm going to introduce my other teammates as well. Hannah Pfaff is highly motivated to help make a difference in our society, beginning with the lives of her peers. She does not believe in cutting costs or corners to get ahead in life and make an extra buck. Hard work and loyalty always pay off in the end. See, this is a person who's matching my core values. She's going to be dedicated into finding a solution to the problem at hand. No sitting around and complaining while others put in work to make a lasting change that she wants to see. She holds herself accountable for actions and teaches others to do the same. Life isn't one size fits all and certainly isn't easy. But man, it's far too beautiful and short to let a chance dictate how our lives impact others. Okay. So this is the person I want to work with. This is a person I want to build a business with. This is a person who's going to help make my assets shine, and my talents are going to make her shine. We've got Jason Walbert. I'm actually still waiting on his bio before we put this thing together. But Jason's just he's got those high standards. He's got that high energy. He's got that really good business mindset. And he's an actual locksmith coach as well. So he helps I've seen him help a ton of other people completely free of charge. And I noticed that. I took notice of that. And I asked him to go ahead and be a part of this program with me. So that's kind of how we built our team and put everything together. And you guys are going to get to watch as we progress this forward each month. Every time we make a move and make progressions forward, we're going to showcase that through these meetings here. And we're going to give you other suggestions for your personal needs and personal businesses as well. One of the things that we really like to show is that our personal beliefs and morals and values are going to be community related. We really like to give back. And the only reason that I even mention this is so I inspire others to give back. I have been so blessed with the income that I have, the independence I have, and the job that I have, and the family that I have, and the team that I have, that I feel it's 1,000% necessary to give back. And if you start reading personal development books and start attending workshops and programs, and you start reading real business books by real top level business people, they're going to tell you the same thing, that giving back and giving to the community is going to be just as important as earning money. So we last year we decided to help little Turner here. He needed a machine that cost about $30,000 to walk. He's never walked. And so when I told Hannah to find a good cause, and she found him, and the family had raised maybe a few $1,000s, but it didn't look like they were going to have those funds anytime soon. I believe they had that funding up for about a year, and they maybe had just a couple $1,000s in there. We found them in November. By December, we had $30,000 raised for them and had that machine purchased, and went above and beyond that, and even were able to get them a van to be able to allow this cart to go up and down into it. Hannah hit up the local newspapers and got the message out there. I pushed it on my social media. Give the gift challenge is what I called it. And we had the whole local community rooting for this kid and donating money to their cause so that he could walk. We stepped in and donated to the charity, as well as pushed it on all our social media accounts and reached out to the local newspapers. And then lo and behold, here he is. He actually got to walk. It made it on the news. He got to walk across the bridge. And the Glenwood Springs community honors this boy during life-changing moment. The first time he was able to walk, we were able to be there with him. And I even get a little choked up right now, just kind of talking about it. So these are the core values that our business has. It's not all about me. It's not all about my family. It's about the entire team, and it's about giving back to the community as well. Not only did we help Turner take his first steps, but we also helped him obtain a van equipped with a ramp for his walking device. This is where the inspiration for the name Community Coaching Workshop comes from. Okay. We want to be able to do the Give the Gift challenge again every year and use social media for something positive and good. As our brand grows, we're going to be able to achieve even greater feats. So we hope to do even more this year. So keep that in mind too. It's not all about you. It's about what you can contribute and what you can give back as well. Again, if you want to scan that QR code, you can join that private business group, and over there, we'll be able to coach you individually. So that's going to conclude this seminar. We went over an hour, about an hour and 22 minutes. I try and keep these things to about an hour, but these things happen. Go ahead and feel free to unmute your microphones and ask any questions, or ask any questions in the chat box that you choose to do. Mark, do you have anything additional to add to this program so far?
The only thing I would say, I've always done this, is, and I know you've done it, Wayne, is do what's right, do it with honor, and do it, legally, and follow your heart, and follow the back of your neck when you're going, nah, I don't feel right. I'm not supposed to, we're locksmiths. So, just do everything the right way. Don't skimp on doing your taxes. And this is getting involved in much deeper weeds than Wayne went through, but you don't want to do it. You want to be the go-to. In our community, there's about 7 or 8 locksmiths, and some of them are very shady. You don't want to be the shady guy. So
no, you don't even want to be in the realm of being possibly accused as being the shady guy.
Yeah, you don't even. Who needs it? Yeah, taxes are a pain in the ass, and it costs a lot of money, but that's the game we have to play. So play it and be. It's funny. I literally was 3 days late on registering a vehicle just the other day, and I paid a pretty hefty fine for it. And I could have yelled and screamed at it. I just thought myself, this is bullshit. At least it's registered now.
Yeah.
You just have to do it right, and we'll get into some serious deep weeds that we could. I think, Wayne, we'll talk about those things.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. Well, the whole point is every month I'm going to put together a program on something. I want to cover something business related, something that's fresh in my mind, something I'm passionate about, and something that's going to help the community out a little bit and help other people.
Yeah. The roadmap doesn't have to be as deep as Wayne did. Wayne's a very experienced guy, obviously, and he got into some really deep stuff. I like the KISS. I think they call it KISS, which is keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
I'm a pretty basic guy. I'm dyslexic. Been have my whole life. I built a nice business by doing.
I am too.
Well, I don't know. Looking at your writing, it's pretty well. But
oh no, that's where Hannah comes in, and my wife.
Gotcha. But put that roadmap together. It doesn't have to be super, super deep into details. You don't have to share it with anyone. That's for you. If you're going to get investors, you might have to share it. For me, when I did my roadmap, I put the basic stuff, my goals, what I wanted to do, and really what made me different than others. And that's when I really realized I am different than others. Others, the phone rings up 5 minutes to 5, whatever time it is, and oh, I'm sorry, we're closed. I don't play that game. You call me, I'm going to take care of it. I don't run service calls at night anymore, for the most part.
Right.
Yeah, we do for national companies, but just do everything by the book, guys, and you'll be successful. And hang tight. If you have any problems, any questions, you could always reach out to me, reach out to Wayne. Who's ever here? I think, Wayne, they're all part of the National Locksmith, right?
Yeah, I think we've got some other people. This program was actually designed to be not 100% locksmith related.
Gotcha.
It's most of my followers are probably locksmiths, but it's designed for anybody. And that's why I
Right.
went into those
Yeah.
weeds a little bit
Yeah.
outside the community.
But
But
you do,
yes,
in any industry, make friends, network at the trade shows. I've gone to trade shows. I saw Wayne there actually. I think it was the second time I saw him there. Didn't have a lot of time to discuss. I brought my wife with me. Go to the trade shows, network, get with your local locksmiths that are in your community, network with them, especially if you're brand new. But we're going to get into stuff we might want to talk about later. Is that correct?
yeah, networking is good.
Networking is, I mean, I get more business. Wayne knows I do a lot of safe work. We're the only ones in our community of about 450,000. I think it's actually more now that really gets involved in safes. And all the locksmiths in our community, with the exception of one or two, will refer them to us. We just do them all.
Good.
And you know,
so that's what makes you unique, and that's what's making your business thrive.
Well, and actually, it didn't even start out that way.
Yeah,
it didn't start out that way. It just so happens, you know, it progressed and progressed. It's like my RV business, that's the RV locks I made. It just progressed. It wasn't even part of the roadmap, and then it changed. I said, well, wait a minute, what can we do? How do we market to RVers?
But it's still part of your business plan because you allow yourself to engage with new opportunities.
Yeah, the roadmap is always changing, because once you get to point A, which your goal was, once you achieve, let's say your goal is $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
That goal should change. You should say, okay, I'm going to make it $2,200 a day. And it's interesting you should say that, because yesterday, Friday, was our best. We have a shop, and it was our best day ever.
Wow.
Who knows why? I'm not going to throw out numbers because it's mind-boggling how much we did yesterday. I still can't believe it. It's more than most people make all year. But we were on it. But it never really was planned that way. It was just part of the roadmap. Hey, I had an expectation of making $100 a day at the shop, and you could multiply that by several hundred.
Wow.
Today, so
that's great. That's great. Yeah, always allow for flexibility. 100%. 100%.
But enough of us. I mean, I want to hear from you guys. If there's any questions, any comments, anything like, man, you got that completely wrong. You're a jerk, man. It's not going to offend me. I don't know about Wayne. I could care less. If you want, and I learned something, every day. I wrote that to Wayne just a couple of days ago. So I learned something new every single day. So what do you guys have to say?
Yeah, please feel free to unmute your microphones if you would like, and tell us what you've done. Tell us what you've tried in the past, what's working for you, what's not working for you. Where are you? Are you starting your business? Are you a year in? Are you 2 years in? Where are you?
Hey, Wayne, it's John.
Hey, John.
I've been in business only a few years now, but
decades.
But I don't know where other people are at in their venture. But one of the things that I've learned is whatever information is given to them, to latch onto it, because you are offering a plan, it's working.
Yep.
If there are other plans out there, and they may work too.
Yeah.
But latch on to something that's a given, that the outcomes for it.
Yes.
It's kind of like teaching. You could teach out of 3 different textbooks, but they all teach the same subject. Grab one of them and do it.
Yes.
Otherwise you'll just be floating in the wind, and you may be successful, but you can never prove it. And you don't know if you'll ever get business from advice from others. You just don't know, because you don't have a plan. So have a plan and follow it.
Yeah, and if you don't try something, you know what? If you try something and you fail, all you learn is that doesn't work. Try something else.
That's right.
Don't quit.
And you might fail a lot of times. Wayne, I don't know about you, John. I don't know about you. I mean, I've made more mistakes, and
all of them.
I can't even believe I succeeded. I've made so many mistakes. I put my family in debt at one point. Not to the point where I lose anything, but it was like, damn, you're going to fail a lot. But that failure is something that you're learning. I'm never going to do that again, because I know what the results are going to be. So don't take failure or loss as a think of it as a learning experience. And I think any one of us that are doing this for a long time understand that it's true of any business, no matter if it's a bakery or it's an auto repair shop. I mean, if you're an auto repair shop, you said, man, I would never work on a Subaru again. Those things are a pain in the ass,
Right.
or a bakery. I say, well, I don't like making French bread. I mean, it's not profitable. Whatever it is in the locksmith business, and there's a lot of avenues we could take. Wayne, I know you do a lot of safes. I don't know, John, what you specialize in.
Everything.
Everything. You're a GP.
Yeah, there's not. John Hubel is probably one of the most knowledgeable people on the planet as far as locksmithing goes, especially for commercial and residential things.
Well,
I ask him
appreciate that.
questions. I get like an old Corbin brush one, and I'm like, this thing is driving me nuts. I send him one picture, and he's like, yeah, do this, this, and this, and it'll be done.
Yeah, and that's the greatest resource for. And I can't see everyone's names. I know Ted's there, and
Well, I appreciate your input there, Wayne, but this show's not about me. It's about your plan. So that's.
No, you're the only one that's unmuted a mic and been able to talk besides myself and Mark. So I'm glad to hear your feedback, and I appreciate that.
And I'll use you as a resource, John.
Thank you.
Hey guys,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Franz from San Jose, so the scary place.
Yeah.
So I'm starting my own in less than 45 days.
Okay.
And
Congratulations.
I've been working as a locksmith for 5 years.
Yes.
And it's the really scariest thing that I'm putting myself into it.
It is.
And I just every day I have a nightmare. I don't know what's going to happen. Your that 1 hour you guys were talking about the business and everything helped me a lot. So now I know what stuff to do more, what to pay attention more, and what stuff not to pay attention more.
That's right.
My brain is everywhere right now.
That's good. That means that's instead of thinking of it as fear, it's always fear. Okay. I had fear. I'm sure Mark had fear. I'm sure John had fear. I'm sure everybody has always had that fear, but you turn the fear into fuel, and that is what makes your business strive. That's what gives you your motivation. That's what gives you your drive. You turn the fear into fuel, and you turn it into rocket fuel, and you light it up under your butt and make sure that it takes you where you need it to go. You'll find it along the way. You're going to make a mistake. You're going to bump into a wall. That's okay. That's not the way to go. So we go over here, right? Until you succeed where you want to be, until you're where you want to be. That's the thing that you have. And then every time I told myself, am I making the right decision? Am I putting my family at risk? I always run back to, well, what if I stayed at the hourly job? What if I stayed at the gravel pit that I worked at? I wouldn't be able to be here to help you. I wouldn't be here to help anybody else.
Well, what are your fears? What are you afraid of? Like not knowing how to do the job? Or not?
To be honest, the place that I work right now, when I told them that I'm leaving, it was a nightmare for them. I mean, I know my job, I know what to do it, but somehow, if I want to be by myself, and if I'm stuck somewhere, and if there's something that I never seen, and I might be able to finish the job, or if I get to the point that, oh, what is this? Like the place I work right now, I can ask them questions. But
you can ask anyone on the forum the question. And that's shocking to me how many times I've asked people within 20 minutes, I'm going to get an answer. Sometimes it's like, I already knew that. You're blessed, man. You guys that are new to the industry and you belong to this forum. I think, what's the name of the other one, Wayne? John?
Clear Star.
Clear Star.
You could post something within 20 minutes. I don't belong to Clear Star. You could post something. You could call the manufacturer. Back in the day, there was no one to turn to. So don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of new challenges. You know what to do.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah, and we're here to help everyone here. I think some of the guys, especially on the safe side, everyone wants to see everyone help. You know, they're going to help you, and we're
Yeah.
helping. I mean,
Let
Wayne,
me-
Wayne knows about a month ago, someone said something very sarcastic to one of my employees. I don't even know if you knew that, Wayne, if you knew that Mary worked for me. But we saw
I
that.
didn't know. I just saw harassment happening and I
Yeah.
shut it down immediately.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, well,
gone.
some of the other people didn't join in, but whatever they want to do. But you know, do not be afraid to ask questions, because we all want you to succeed. I mean, why wouldn't we? What difference does it make to me? If it would hurt me if you didn't succeed. You in San Jose, you're no competition for me. You know, you're no competition for John. John, where you out of?
Michigan.
John doesn't care what happens, so he's gonna give you the honest opinion. He has no reason to bullshit you.
I even held my local competition, for crying out loud. I don't consider them as competition. They're not.
Actually,
They're not on the same
thing.
level as me. Like,
I go out and
I'm
they get
happy
in
to
trouble. I
help
go out and help them out, and I'll tell you why I do that. Is
yeah.
because when they can't get it and they're like, "Hey, I'm going on a few days vacation," they give me all their calls.
They'll
So
help you.
it's
They'll
good business.
reciprocate it back. Yep.
Don't be
Let me
afraid to ask.
Let me ask you a
valid.
question. And I'm gonna mispronounce your name. Faraz?
Yeah.
Okay. When you were working for the other company, did you ever run into a project that you didn't understand how it worked fully, and you ran into a roadblock and you were able to figure yourself out of it?
A lot of times.
So the same thing applies now. Just know you've already been there. You've already been in that situation, and you will figure it out between Locksmith Nation on Facebook. If you're not a member of that group, go ahead and look it up and join it. If you're not a member of ClearStar, join on there. There's so many resources. There's probably a YouTube video. There's probably something on Instagram. There's probably something on TikTok, for crying out loud. This is the information age, and there is nothing that you can't do if you are 100% committed to doing it. Think about a kid, a little baby, right? Do mom and dad say, "Oh, the kid fell, he's not going to walk"? No, they push until you try until you succeed. And failure is just simply not an option. That's all I do. I just put failure. It's not an option. It's just not an option. I may run into a roadblock, but that's not failure for me. Failure is closing my business.
They're really good people. Andrew Taylor in automotive.
Yeah.
Guy's phenomenal, and he'll answer your question. I've spoken to him personally many times.
And he's a good guy too. I love
He's
him.
a really good guy, and he's more than happy to answer your question. So if you do automotive, great. If you do commercial stuff, John could help you out. Greg Perry, I think you guys all know Greg.
Yeah.
Actually, he lives.
They're all good.
They're great people.
You know,
Good people.
Go ahead.
in the as far as here, hang on a second. Hang on, here we go.
This is Jeff Lee speaking, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I usually have my icon on so no one has to stare at my mug the entire time. So
Now I'm bearded and ugly, so whatever.
but as far as it, you know, I think one of the toughest parts is to answer or to ask those questions. You know, for us, it's 5 years. I'm 2 years, and it's like Mark was saying. You know, you ask any of these questions with these forums, you're going to get an answer in no time. Now you might get a beat down at the same time, but more than likely, someone's out there to help you out. Andrew Taylor, he's like you mentioned him. He's fantastic, but it's that fear of taking a beat down or exposing yourself. You know, that's one of the toughest things to do.
Yeah, but so what? What do those comments mean? After you get the
Nothing.
answer and you get your job done and you collect your check, I mean, what does that comment mean? I don't care about that. 10 minutes later, an hour later, the heck with all of them, you know?
It means nothing.
It just shows me who the people that are unhappy with their own personal lives are. Those are the people that make attacks online. They're
Oh.
keyboard
But they don't
warriors.
know the
They
answer in
hide
the first
behind a
place.
screen, and it irritates me.
Yeah.
But
Faraz, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you noticed, one of the things that Wayne started the whole meeting out was, if you're doing something you love doing, it's not a job. What are one or two of the passions that you have that you already know about?
Once I get to the job, I don't give up on it. I have to find a way. That's like my current boss. he encouraged me to open up my own. And when I talk, like when it gets to the jobs and I'm the one, I go to the hard ones.
On the technical side, what subject matter? Is it residential? Is it automotive? Is it safes? Is it commercial? Is it cameras? Is it security? What type of a,
'Cause
what
automotive-
tickles?
Like I do automotive, safe, commercial, residential, and I love every single one of them. But when it gets to safe, it will motivate me more. I love safe more than anything else.
Well,
Well,
good.
what I'm leading up to is you found your comfort spot. And once you start capitalizing on that comfort spot, you start expanding that using that customer base to go beyond. So when your customer says, oh, can you do this place where I work? Or, oh, I have this car that nobody else can make a key for. Or, oh, I have a cousin's, relatives, aunts, sisters, biological sister-in-law that needs something here. Were you willing to do that? So all that referral, that's subject matter referral as well as people referral is how to grow. And it's a natural phenomenon. It's amazing how that works by just working within your own comfort zone.
And you need to push outside the comfort zone if you want to put more tools in your toolbox. I don't learn anything rekeying another quickset lock, for crying out loud. I learn something when I try and attempt something. I take on a challenge. I know it's going to be a challenge, and I have to actually work and dig and socialize with other people, network, gain information, call the manufacturer. Then it's exciting again. Then it's got the passion back again. Trust me, if I go see another Schlage or quickset lock, I just, I'm on autopilot. My brain's not even working. I'm thinking about 10 other things. But then I get that one challenging job. Ooh, that's a safe I've never opened. Oh, that's a bank vault I've never opened. Oh, there's something over here that I've never done before. This is a unique problem. It keeps my brain stimulated, and I have to have that to keep interested in the job.
But the mundane tasks pay for the adventures that follow.
They do. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm not demeaning them. I'm just saying I go on autopilot for those, but I live for that next challenge. Finding the stuff that I haven't seen is what keeps me motivated. All right. Do we have, hopefully that answered all of your questions, and
Thank you so much,
thank
guys.
you
I really
everybody,
appreciate
Mark
it.
and John for helping me to, and helping him out with that. Hopefully you don't have any more fear about that. You're just doing your job. You're doing it for yourself now. That's all there is to it. Do we have
Well, you're doing
anybody?
it for your family, Wayne. You're not doing
Yeah,
it.
and your family. You're doing it for all the right reasons.
That should motivate you right there. Hey, man, I'll tell you the truth. I came from an era, and I don't know how old John is, but I'm in my 60s now, and I came from an era where it's like, the old guys didn't want to give you the secrets. They didn't want to help you or anything. You're in a very lucky stage. You have hundreds of guys that will help you. We just mentioned Andrew because everyone seems to know the guy. Guy's the best. Wayne's there for us. I could help with the business part of it. Everyone has specialties. Personally, I'll be honest with everyone here. I'm not the best locksmith. I'm an average locksmith. I just kind of like the business part of it. Don't like dog barking, but yeah, I like the business end of it. And I've grown a comfortable business, and I've worked for big companies. And be grateful that you can work for yourself, because there's a lot of politics in big business. Ilco Unican, it was all about who you knew and if they liked you and stuff. And it was a horrible experience for me. But I learned a lot. So you have great people to work with. So reach out to them, because they're going to help you, because they want to help you. There's no other incentive. Hey, you want to say hello? He's just a talker. Sorry.
All right, good. Do we have anybody else that would like to ask any questions? I see Danny, you have your microphone unmuted. A couple other people. Anybody else have any questions or comments, concerns, suggestions?
I call Wayne. I actually will call Wayne. Sometimes I get stuck or sending pictures, and he'll respond back to you. So don't feel bad about responding back to calling anybody.
Oh, no.
I started out part-time 4 years ago. And I mean, 8 years ago, I started out for part-time for 4 years. And I've been full-time for 4 years. So I've been in 8 years. So
Congratulations. Seriously,
Yes.
congratulations. That's a good accomplishment. Great accomplishment.
So I started out, paid for my first machines. I took a loan out. Went with Lease Corporate America, and I paid for my first machines with lockout money. Every time I did lockout, that money went to pay for the machine. So when I actually quit my job and went full time, I had brand new machines to put on my van.
Nice.
So
And yeah, I'm always happy to help people. And Danny's one of my coaching clients. We talked about putting some new strategies in place. How are those working for you, Danny?
it's working good. I'm still working on trying to expand in, the new area.
Yeah.
I could, any UO guys could, I'm 60. People say, you started your business when you're 55. I'm 63 now. And they say, why you still want to grow? I said, I enjoy it. I'm not planning on retiring at 65. I plan on probably being in this till I'm 70, because I enjoy doing it. And you can set your own hours, but I want to grow and expand to new areas. So is any tips you guys give me on expanding in, like one of you said, when somebody, locksmith passes away in an area? I have that opportunity in one of the towns where a locksmith has passed away, and I got none where a guy had retired. He's going to refer business to me, but if there's any other way, can I monopolize that?
By the phone numbers, by Google listings, anything that you need to, how did they find that other locksmith? Do they have master key systems? Do they have a customer list? Any of that stuff, phone number, Google listing, anything you can buy, you want to buy those things. That's my suggestion. I'll let
The
Mark.
one area the guy's been passed away, I found out for about 5 years. So there's no buying there. I just was wondering if there's any way to go in there and get established besides knocking on doors and doing mailers or what?
Community involvement.
Go ahead.
Community involvement is very important. If people know you, they call you.
Okay, well, I joined the chamber in the new
Chamber.
area that I'm trying to market. So
Mhm.
that's what I was thinking. You get to know the business people.
Yep. That's
You could join, we belong to real estate groups.
Well, I belong to my local real estate group too. I joined that and I do I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Century Tech, the lock boxes they use, the realtors
Yeah,
use.
we do them. We do them all the time. We do about 3 a
Okay.
week.
So you do you cut them too. Yeah, that's what I got in with joining the association. They call me to cut them. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, and it's easy money.
it is. It's quick, easy money.
Quick, easy money. But yeah, get a hold of the real estate groups and social media on those groups. I go and I buy them donuts, not every month, probably once every 6 months. I sponsor the meeting, donuts. It's like, I think it's like $38 for 2 dozen or 3 dozen donuts.
I've done that with a small chain. I joined a town that's only about 3,000 people and I joined their chamber, and it's all like $100 to sponsor the chamber meeting.
Yeah. So your return on your investment is small. I mean, if you get one client and they use you every 2 months, $100 pays for that, just one client. So
So I already got one client just from sponsoring the meeting. So
yeah, but here's the thing, you're not even gonna realize, all of a sudden you're gonna wake up and you're gonna go, wow, it's really, look at how busy I am. And it just happens that way. It's not something that's really planned out, that, you just, all of a sudden you're going, wow, I'm getting a lot of calls and where am I getting them? And that's just gonna happen. It takes time to build a business. There might be shortcuts. I don't know of any shortcuts. Maybe Wayne, shortcuts, but
I don't like to refer to them as shortcuts. I would start pulling Google ads. If I were you, I would start advertising for that area and targeting that area according to the zip code. So I would invest in Google ads. I would invest in Facebook ads. You can again target those, and you can use keywords, locksmith, lockout, whatever keywords you're trying to use. 24-hour locksmith, car lockout are going to be really expensive ones. I like to do like hinge replacement, door closers, automatic door operators. These are my big money, big ticket items. And that's what I want to go do. I want to go sell a $3,000 door operator. I want to sell a $30,000 electronic access package in that town. So those are the things that I would suggest using. That's your digital footprint. That's the fastest way to put you in front of those people. Join those community Facebook pages in that new community you're trying to serve, and get involved, post things non-business related so that people are familiar with you. And then every now and then post a picture of what you've done, not selling anything, just, hey, we solved this customer's problem. We had a lady that was a victim of domestic violence, and we rekeyed her house and she's safe today. Not a sales pitch, just this is what I'm doing. Those are all good things that I use. And now when somebody posts something on the community pages in my town, I get like 10 tags. Hey Wayne, hey Wayne, hey Wayne, and that costs me nothing.
Right.
Danny, did I understand you to say this new community is 6,000 people?
3.
The one is only 3,000.
Well, then let me just suggest your strategy is going to be totally different than those of us in a metropolitan community.
Because the town I live in is actually 10,000, and I'm the only locksmith, but the towns are joining, you just crossed on the interstate, you're in the next one, and it's about 35, and there's 2 locksmiths in that town that's been in business for probably one's 40 and one's 50 years. That's my 2 local competitors.
Do you do nationals?
National service providers, you mean?
Yeah. NSPs.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I would think that would, because there's going to be a Family Dollar in your community. There's going to be
Dollar Generals, yes.
Dollar
Did you
General.
tell them that you're in that service area now, that you're adding that? You need to call them all up and tell them that you're adding that to your service area.
Absolutely.
Because they look up on a computer and they type in a zip code and they have locksmiths listed under that. If you're not part of that list, they don't call you.
Oh, okay.
Well, they might call you if they're desperate. And you know
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
they
saying?
you want to be the first call. You want to be the
You
top.
want to be the premier. You want to be the number one. So yeah, and you're never gonna get it all, but you gotta. That's your moneymaker. A lot of guys bitch about them. Quite frankly, it's not our main business, but man, they pay really well. They don't pay you on time. We're lucky enough that we could float them for better terms, but that's a good form. I mean, and most of it's labor. So yeah, you could float them. Why not? It took 3 hours to fix something, or 3 hours total, or whatever it is. It didn't cost you anything in parts. Yeah, float them. What the hell? But that
At least twice a month, I'm running an $850 to $1,200 call to run an emergency service call to either close an overhead door, unlock a facility, or lock it down for the night. And I dictate those terms, and those are some pretty decent numbers to be getting out of them.
They're really decent. They're really decent. In fact, I think that would be a whole seminar right there.
Yeah, I know. I have one on NSPs I was going to do, but does
Yeah,
that help you
I'd love
out,
to be
Danny?
part
Do you
of
have any other questions on trying to break through to that new area? Like, I think Mark's really right. You're gonna be pounding on that door to that new service area. You're gonna be
Right.
knocking on that door for a long time, and then the door's gonna open, and then all of a sudden you're gonna get a ton of calls from that area. Once you're in with the municipalities, the electric, the water, the city, the police department, the fire department, just go talk to all those guys and hand cards out. That's what I
Do
would.
you do automotive?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I
you
do
go.
automotive, residential, and commercial.
Yeah, I would go and find whoever has a fleet of vehicles, whether it be the police department, fire department, the school district with their buses, the water and power department. Find their fleet manager,
And their business.
give them a gift certificate to Starbucks to start with. Whatever you feel is comfortable. Your return on investment would be well worth the investment. But you got to find the guys or go to every used car dealership you have, and they're not going to use you right away. I can tell you right now, because they're already using someone.
Right.
When that guy drops the ball and he can't make it, or he just couldn't do it, or he's like whatever, they're going to call you, and that's your foot in the door. So just pound. I still do this today, and I don't like throwing numbers around. We're a very comfortable company. But I do that. That's one of my jobs. Is I every day I work on my marketing. Every day I go out, and you're buying a lot of donuts when the lady says, "What's it going to be today? 2 dozen or 3 dozen?" That's the kind of street.
That's pretty good.
She knows me. She's an Asian lady, and I could speak Tagalog, which is Filipino. So she's Filipino, but that's a whole nother story. But
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good
What's
stuff.
that?
Right on. Okay, good. Do we have anybody else that would like to open up their microphone and ask any questions? We're coming up on about 2 hours now, so I'd like to try and start wrapping things up, but definitely want to answer any other questions. If you do have questions, now's the time to ask them. You have my personal undivided attention. You have Mark's. John is helping us out as well. You've got a lot of knowledge here. I highly suggest you take advantage of it.
I'm actually on the Locksmith Nation. I got in when I was in Las Vegas convention. Do you guys suggest any other page that is as good as Locksmith Nation?
Yeah,
There's a few others out there. I don't admin them. So there's Locksmith Network. I mean, just type in Locksmith and search under groups and you'll get a laundry list of them. But
Well,
each
ClearStar
one
is
has its own
pretty good,
vibe.
isn't it? I don't belong
Huh?
to ClearStar, but it's pretty good. It's pretty
ClearStar is
deep.
excellent. It's
And
not
ClearStar's-
Facebook. but
ClearStar is non-Facebook group that is excellent.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. There's a lot of guys in there that know what the hell they're doing.
NSO, Dave McCombie's NSO page,
I don't think he's
DaveMcCombie.com.
gonna get in unless he knows safes.
Huh?
Is he gonna let him in if he doesn't know safes?
He
really
says he
well?
does safes.
I don't know that much spotted yet. I know how to change a combo on them. If they lose the combo, open it up and find the combo. It's just the basic stuff. I don't know that many.
Okay, then NSO might be later on down the road, but
Yeah.
ClearStar.
By
for
the
sure.
way, and I think I speak for Wayne here. Safe work is like a how would you say? It's contagious, man. Once you start, it's like, wow. When that door swings, it's like, holy moly.
I
fun.
compare it to the first time you ever picked a lock successfully
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
turned over and it opened.
Yeah.
It's that times 1,000.
Yeah, especially when they call you up and they say, hey, we called 2 other guys out. They couldn't.
And they can't open it. Yeah, I'm like, don't worry about it.
Well, you get out there and it's like Swiss cheese, but that's a whole nother subject that we could spend hours talking about because it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. ClearStar, definitely look up clearstar.com. Or is it ClearStar or ClearStar Network? John?
I don't know.
ClearStar
Your
Network.
mic's off, John.
ClearStar.com.
Clearstar.com. There you go. Perfect. Yeah,
It's called
definitely a lot of good knowledge there.
And of course, American Locksmith Association.
Yep, Aloha is great.
Yeah.
All
And they
great
could use your
resources.
help. I personally have never joined. I don't know why I never joined. They're good people. I mean, but I've been a loner for my whole life. So I'm going to get going, guys. So
All right. Thanks, Mark.
you guys
Have a
reach
great
out
day.
to me if you need anything. And, I'll help you out if I can. If I can't, I'll send you in the right direction.
Sounds good. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Yep, thank you. All righty. With that, we'll try and wrap it up. If you've got one more quick question, I'm happy to do so and answer it. If not, then we'll try and wrap this thing up and join us next time. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, John. Appreciate you and everybody else that joined.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions? If you think of them later, find me on Facebook, shoot me an email. You can find me. You can get a hold of me. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Enjoy.